We're talking polenta. It's not only delicious, it's easy to make, especially if you're doing it with your kids. We have Michael Tesoro. He's the owner and chef of Uma Tesoro's Marinara. You're going to show us all about polenta. Now, we were talking, polenta doesn't get enough love here in the Northeast.
It doesn't. I mean, it's a staple around the world. Corn grits. Polenta is the Italian name for it. And it's a staple in Italy and around the world.
And you were saying it's almost up there with pasta in Italy.
Absolutely.
In terms of what people like.
Yeah. And yet here, no love.
So let's give it some love, because it's easy to make, it's relatively good for you, and it's filling.
Exactly. And kids love it.
And it's easy to make with the kids.
It's so amazingly easy to make. It's 3 to 1.
Okay.
So 3 parts water. Get a really nice rapid boil on
like we have
water.
going here. Okay.
And I added half a teaspoon of salt. And the trick about making polenta the correct way is not to just dump it all in
And that's what I would normally do.
But again, it's 3 to 1, no matter how much you want to make.
So if we have a cup
3
here,
parts
it's
water,
3
1
cups
cup.
water.
Right, exactly.
I get you.
The key is start stirring the water and add the polenta like a light rain.
Huh.
And
okay, see, the child in me is already loving this. If I'm doing this with my folks, that's fun.
It is fun. And it's a nice thing. A kid can do it as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our daughter is at school today, but she's normally the one that sprinkles it in. And just keep stirring, and sprinkle it in just like rain. That's
now,
it.
once
Light
it's
rain.
all in, is it something like a pasta that you have to drain the water out, or is it more like a quinoa that absorbs all of its water?
You want it to absorb all of the water. So that 3 to 1 mixture
should be just what you need.
It's just perfect in the end, and you'll see as I continuously do this until it's all gone.
And corn grit. You see, you'd figure such a big corn producing area we're up here, you'd have more of this polenta up in the north, but I guess not.
Yeah, it's absolutely delicious.
Now, how long do we stir it for? Is it until it's finished, or?
Stir until it's thick.
Okay.
As it's thickening here, I'm going to turn down the heat to low.
So we're going to simmer it instead of boil it.
So we cook it hard and fast in the beginning, and then we turn it way down and let it simmer.
Now, covered or uncovered?
Uncovered.
Gotcha.
And don't stop stirring.
Okay.
The trick is, do not stop stirring. It's just like a rice, like some of the other rices that you make.
And how many minutes do you think it would roughly take for this to finish up?
About 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
3 to 5 minutes, and then once it thickens up and sets, you want to pour it into like a Pyrex dish, and
lined with a little bit of olive oil.
Lined with just a very little bit. You don't want it soaking, so just a little bit of olive oil, just so that it doesn't stick. And you load the polenta into your pan.
Okay.
And ideally, you put it into the fridge.
Okay.
And it only takes a couple of hours.
Oh,
but if you leave it overnight, what happens is it hardens.
Look at this. So this is something you have to do in advance. Oh wow, it's very hard.
And this is where the fun really begins.
Okay.
So get yourself some cookie cutters. We like to do hearts.
Yeah.
And we also have owls.
Awesome.
And you press the cookie sheet down into, and this is what kids love. This kind of makes it fun.
You guys made an owl polenta. That's awesome.
Plop it out onto the plate.
Let's make a heart one. Now, nutritionally, does this beat pasta? Is it up there with it? Is it?
Well, pasta's made from wheat, semolina wheat, and this is corn. So you're talking about just different
kinds.
grain.
I get you. So now, once we've done this, what goes well on polenta?
Just about anything.
Yeah. So this is a perfect vessel.
It is. We add a little bit of mozzarella to the top, and we make it 2 ways. My son, for example, loves the mozzarella on top, melted with the pasta sauce, a little tomato marinara sauce.
Let's make it look nice. Here we go.
Right over the top.
There we go. I have no idea how to plate. Let's see if I got this. There we go. Let's do that.
Not bad.
All right.
And so he likes to mix everything together. Our daughter is extremely fussy, so if you've got somebody who's really fussy at home
Yeah?
and kind of a pain when it comes to eating, you can make it deconstructed. And this was something
Great.
to
I gotta
please
try
the fancier, the fussier eater.
No, the olive oil makes it.
It really does, doesn't it?
Because the taste of polenta on its own, it's not really much, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like if you're eating raw pasta, it's what you put on it that really makes it.
Exactly.
Some marinara sauce on top. Oh, this looks good. Michael, thank you so much for giving us one of your own recipes. Now, let's see, topping it, maybe a little bit of basil for the color, something like
Exactly.
that. I love it. Look at this. What a dish. That looks pretty, too. It's always a pleasure to have you here. If you want a copy of this recipe and more, just visit us online, mymassappeal.com.